Look, if you're a business owner who looks successful on the outside, but deep down you're stuck in a loop of self doubt, of internal pressure, perhaps some imposter syndrome, and silent self sabotage, this message is going to change everything for you. I believe this is going to be the most important message that you actually hear all year. Now, I'm Dr. Javier Carlin. I'm the founder of Mind Haven. And after scaling my business past multiple six figures in less than a year, hiring a team, running events, and changing lives, I should have felt like I was on top of the world. But here's the thing, I didn't. I felt anxious. I felt stuck in a loop of self-doubt. I'd wake up with this quiet dread, like everything was about to collapse around me. And no amount of journaling, therapy, or masterminds, or even business coaches could fix it. Eventually, I discovered something that no strategy, no system, no sales playbook ever taught me or was ever going to teach me. What I discovered was this: your business problems might actually be unconscious patterns that are disguised as external challenges. And until you fix those patterns, you're going to keep hitting the same invisible ceiling no matter how fast your business grows. That discovery led me to uncovering the big five iOS problems. So what is your iOS? Your iOS is your internal operating system. What's going on in here? Problem number one is you wake up with anxiety. You wake up with anxiety even when things are going well. Problem number two we uncovered is you feel like you're one wrong move away from everything falling apart. Problem number three is you've scaled your business, but it's cost you your peace, it's cost you your relationships, or even your health. Big problem number four is you secretly question if you're actually good enough to lead at this level. As you grow, you've got to build a team. You've got to build a team to pull yourself out of the daily operations and actually become the business owner that you aspire to become. And so you have this thought pattern of questioning, are you actually good enough? Big problem number five is you've likely spent tens of thousands of dollars on coaching or therapy and you still feel stuck. So what gives? Does this sound familiar? And here's the truth. It's not just you, okay? These are symptoms of something deeper that is actually going on beneath the surface here, okay? The core problem underneath all of this is that you have this fear, you might be feeling a bit scared that everyone around you, your family, your team members, your friends, your colleagues, industry leaders are going to find out that you simply don't have it all together. And what I'd like to tell you is this: your thoughts, your decisions, and your emotions are actually driven by unconscious programs. And these unconscious programs were actually written and installed when you were a kid, before you had any logic, any control, or even full memory. It's kind of like running the latest business tools on a 1998 Windows program. What's going to happen? Well, you're going to keep freezing, crashing, and wondering why you can't scale with ease and a peace of mind. Make sense? So what does this all cause? Okay, what do these outdated programs show up like in your life? Well, this is what we found, right? These are likely the symptoms that you're currently experiencing. Number one is you keep hitting ceilings, even though you know what to do. Symptom number two is you don't trust yourself to make big moves anymore. It's probable that you've had to make some big decisions in your business, and business is all about decision making, right? And after making some poor decisions, it's possible that you started to lose trust in your ability to make decisions for the company moving forward. Another symptom is you might be finding yourself procrastinating, but only on things that really matter, the ones that are a big deal. Again, because there's some fear that what happens if I put all this energy and effort into it and it doesn't work again. You start to lose passion, motivation, and focus. Maybe you start to feel disconnected from the greater vision and you start questioning, what's my real purpose here? And another symptom you might be experiencing is that you begin secretly questioning whether you're even cut out for this anymore. Now, if that's you, I want to share with you what these hidden problems end up leading to, okay? These hidden problems lead to sleepless nights filled with anxiety about dropping the ball. What ball? The next ball that you have up in the air, which is likely a lot of them, right? We're constantly spinning plates. Avoiding sales calls, avoiding launches, or even hiring decisions out of fear. Maybe you're dreading going into that next team meeting, having to tell your team members what's actually happening behind the scenes, or how you may have to lay off a few people if things don't get better. Struggling to stay present at home because your brain just won't shut off. What are some other hidden problems? Well, you watch momentum stall while you silently carry the guilt because you know that it's on you. And another hidden problem is that you feel like the more successful you become, the more alone you feel. The more success you have, the more alone you feel because yes, everyone around you is telling you how you should feel because of how you look on the outside, but deep down, you know that all these things are happening behind the scenes. So the question then becomes, well, what's the solution to all of this, right? What is the solution? Let's go ahead and break this down because if you are experiencing any of these things, here's what's really going on, and I also want to share with you what to actually do about it, okay? Let's go ahead and start with big problem number one. You wake up with anxiety even when things are going well, okay? First and foremost, before I break down the solution for you, this isn't random anxiety, okay? It's your nervous system still operating from an old program that says that you're only safe when you're looking for what's wrong. And inside of what we do, we help you to release the survival mode wiring that's been locked in your body ever since childhood, before you could even remember. And when we do that, you end up feeling calm in success and not just in chaos, okay? So the solution here is to release survival mode wiring, where we're constantly looking for what's wrong, increases our stress levels and our anxiety, which changes how we see our reality, our world, and ultimately affects the decisions that we make and the actions that we take and the results that we get. Okay? We need to work on eliminating fear. Anxiety is rooted in fear. And many times there's fear from our past that we haven't let go of. And more importantly, from the ages of 0 to 7 years old, there's fear that we don't even remember. And that fear creates a chain that pulls us back. And so if we're feeling resistance in our life, in some area of our life, it's because we have these chains of fear, anger, sadness, guilt, shame that's pulling us back when we're trying to move forward. It's kind of like having our foot on the gas pedal and our other foot on the emergency brake. We're going to go nowhere, and we're going to feel that resistance, okay? This also comes with resetting your nervous system so you're in parasympathetic mode as opposed to sympathetic mode 24/7, okay? That's the solution. Big problem number two is you feel like you're one wrong move away from it all falling apart. Now, that's not just pressure that you're feeling, okay? It's an unconscious fear that says if I mess up, everything is going to be taken away from me. And what we do is we trace that fear back to its source and rewire it at the unconscious level so that you believe that you are safe, stable, and equipped, and not just believe, but know that you are ready to lead, especially when things are growing fast. So what is the solution to this? Well, we want to make sure that you remove fear at its root cause, eliminate any negative strategies that you're running to go into this negative thought pattern, because here's the thing, thoughts lead to feelings. If you have a negative thought pattern that everything's going to fall apart, it leads to a feeling of sadness. It leads to an uncomfortable feeling of anxiety, of fear, okay? When you have those negative feelings, it's then going to alter the actions that you take, right? Because if you second guess even just a little bit, or hesitate just a little bit, or don't go all in because of that fear, well, are your results going to be all in? Are your results going to be at 100%? The answer, no, right? And then at the core, it's about realigning your values, okay? Realigning your values, which dictate your behavior. Big problem number 3 and the solution. Problem number 3 is this. You've scaled, but it costs you your peace, your relationships, or your health. Now, the solution is this. The trade-off is not required. That's a belief that we need to shift, right? It's just a pattern that you inherited that links success to sacrifice. And many of us have that from watching our parents or people in our life, right? That had to work really hard and sacrifice time with you. Now, the solution here is to erase any limiting beliefs that needs to be the case, that needs to be the reality. Then we install new beliefs that you can have it all. Then we elicit your values. We elicit your values and make sure that they're not in conflict with each other and that they're moving towards what you want and not away from what you don't want, because that causes self-sabotage, okay? So we want to make sure you have unconscious alignment and pattern reprogramming, okay? Those are the solutions. Big problem number 4 is that you secretly question if you're actually good enough to lead at this level. Now, the voice of self-doubt that you hear in your head is not who you truly are. It's not your truth. It's actually a loop from your past that was likely formed long before you ever stepped into leadership. 95% of our thoughts are repetitive. 75% of those thoughts are negative. They come from the unconscious mind and the unconscious programming that we didn't even choose from the ages of 0 to 7. So if you are constantly stuck in that loop, it's because it's at the unconscious level, and so we have to reprogram the self-talk at the unconscious level. Make sense? Now, what we do is we help you to eliminate the emotional roots of any imposter syndrome and install a new internal identity that matches the version of you who's already earned your seat at the table, because you have, haven't you? Now it's aligning that with the reality. So what's the solution here? Well, we need to uncover outdated programming, reveal the greater problem, the core problem that's keeping you stuck, thinking that you're not good enough, and reprogram that core belief into an empowering new belief, and not just by saying it or affirmations or any of that BS, right? But at the unconscious level. At the unconscious level. Problem number 5 is this. You've spent tens of thousands of dollars on coaching or therapy, and you're still feeling stuck. Now, most of those approaches talk to the conscious mind. Conscious mind's only 5% of who you are. The problem is that 95% of your thoughts, habits, behaviors are driven by your unconscious. And so what we want to do is we want to go beneath the surface to the real root and create change at the unconscious level so that the results are immediate, number 1, and number 2, you're able to make sure that those results stick without needing years of processing the things that have happened to you in the past. You don't need that, okay? So what is the solution here? How do we actually help you implement this? Well, the way we do this is through our rapid alignment method. The rapid alignment method is different than anything that you've ever done before. What we do is not therapy, it's not coaching, and it's definitely not woo-woo mindset fluff, law of attraction stuff, or even another productivity system hack thing, okay? It's none of that. In just one day, we're able to provide you with a neuroscience-backed subconscious system that transforms your unconscious mind in just one day. So what are the steps here? Well, step number one to becoming the leader in your life that you are meant to be is this: reveal. We need to reveal the root, okay? First, we identify the unconscious patterns and map out the hidden beliefs, the emotional anchors, and the outdated mental patterns that you've been running unconsciously your entire life, okay? Once we reveal the root, then we go into release. We release the baggage, okay? Using neuroscience-backed techniques, we eliminate any fear, any guilt, any shame, and self-sabotage without needing to spend years in therapy or months processing or any of that, okay? Pillar number three, the third thing that we do is we rewire your identity, who you need to be to become the person that can handle the growth that you're experiencing, okay? So we install a new internal operating system in here, a new identity. Obviously, you choose who it is you want to be, a belief system, a decision-making pattern, so that your actions finally match the version of you who you're meant to become. And when you are in that alignment, everything flows. It becomes easier. You've broken through the chains, and now you're able to build that forward momentum with this lightness and sense of peace. And when you do these three things, you again become the leader that you're meant to be for your team, for your family, for your community, and for yourself. When you experience this, your goals feel natural. You're left wondering, why is my reality this? Why am I not already there? Which pulls you closer and faster to it. Your actions flow without any friction. And it's like putting your life on easy mode, because here's what you really need to know. Scaling your business should feel aligned. It shouldn't feel forced. And you being that leader that you know you're meant to be shouldn't feel like pretending. It should feel like you're coming home to who you truly are. Because what happens is when we finally take the break off, you're able to accelerate towards your goals, your vision, faster and with greater ease. Here are some examples of what happens after just one day. I want you to just imagine for a second upgrading your internal software in one day so that your external results become effortless, okay? This is one of our clients, Joseph, and his experience before and after, okay? Joseph here experienced confidence increased by 125%, clarity 125%, energy 80%, fulfillment 125%, peace increased by 80% after just one day. Negative emotions, self-doubt decreased by 87.5%, overwhelm 85%, burnout, fear, stress, and anxiety 85% and up. Just imagine for a second, what could you do if fear did not exist in your life? If you didn't have self-doubt, overwhelm, burnout, stress, or anxiety? How great would you feel, and what energy you would experience to be able to do all the things that you want to do in your life, growing your business, and being present with the people in your life that you care the most about. Okay, this is what Joseph had to say. It unlocked what years of therapy and mindset work couldn't. It finally released the invisible resistance holding me back. It eliminated deep-rooted beliefs and emotions in just one weekend that were secretly running the show and sabotaging my decisions. I walked away clear, grounded, and decisive. I made a major business move with full confidence the moment we wrapped up. He said, if you keep hitting the same internal ceiling, this is the breakthrough that finally changes the game, okay? Here are some kind words from Cheyenne about her experience. The breakthrough session was life-changing. I overcame self-doubt, gained clarity, and now I'm pivoting to a business that reflects my authenticity and my values. After my breakthrough session, I finally gained clarity and felt empowered to take control of my career. For the first time, I'm making decisions with clarity, with purpose, and confidence. This session helped me step into the version of myself I've always wanted to become. It's a game changer if you're feeling stuck. This is Dwayne, okay, DJ. These are the results that he received after going through this one-day experience, and this is what he said. I was skeptical at first, but the transformation in just one day blew me away. I delayed it for months, and now I'm thinking, why didn't I do this sooner? Why didn't I do this sooner? I felt emotionally lighter, crystal clear, and more confident than I've been in years. This one session did more for my growth than months of therapy ever did. Game changer. And as a business owner, I know you value your time, right? Jerry says, my life went from an internal struggle to seamlessly stepping into the career I've always wanted. I'm putting myself out there, getting clients, and doing what I was meant to do. The pressure and the questions I used to feel are gone. My real estate businesses are running without me, and I'm fully focused on what I love. If you're feeling called to do a breakthrough session now, listen to that voice. It is so worth it. The transformation is hard to describe, but it is life-changing. Life-changing, guys, okay? These are some additional results that we've gotten for our clients, okay? Clarity up by 100%, confidence by 100%, inner peace 60%, energy 50%, fulfillment increases by 33%, stress and anxiety decreasing by 42%, fear of failure, burnout by 66%, and self-doubt by 75%, okay? Objective data here to show you the power of this. So back to you. I want to ask you this. What could you do in your life, in your business today, if you felt 100% more confident than you feel today? What would that mean for you? What would that look like? What about 100% more clear, more clarity? Okay, if you had more clarity and knew exactly what your next move would be, and you felt 100% confident with that, what could happen? What about an increase in energy? Let's say your energy increased by just 50%. How good would you feel? What could you accomplish if you began to eliminate fear at its root? What about burnout? How great would you feel if you didn't have to experience burnout anymore and you felt aligned and congruent with who you were and where you were going? And self-doubt. What if you could eliminate self-doubt to the point where you never second-guessed any decision, where you felt confident and certain that the decisions that you were making and are making are the right ones? Because when you do this, you don't just think differently, you feel free. Like the clutter is gone, the fog has lifted, and you're finally you again. I'm here to tell you today that you don't need another mastermind. You don't need another course. What you actually need is a personalized breakthrough. A breakthrough that actually sticks, a breakthrough that frees you, and a breakthrough that aligns you with who you are already inside. And that's exactly what the Rapid Alignment Intensive delivers in just one day. Just one day, okay? So here's how to prep for our call. Okay, here's how to prep for our call and what to do next. Number one, make sure to clear your calendar, okay? Make sure to clear your calendar and get this on your calendar. The only way you get this transformation is by you being 100% present and willing to do whatever it takes and having the courage to do whatever it takes to unlock the next level of you, okay? That begins by clearing your calendar. Number two, it's really important that you be at your computer. You must be at your computer during this call, fully focused, fully present, fully aware, fully awake, ready to receive the opportunities that are in front of you. So be at your computer, fully present, and ready to dive in. In addition to that, I'm also going to be showing you some things over Zoom on the screen so you can have visuals of how this process works and if it makes sense for you to go ahead and do this now, okay? Number three, as the call is coming closer, think about your number one goal. What is the goal that you have in your life and in what area of your life? And what is the problem in getting to that goal that you want to solve that, if solved, would change everything for you? With that said, I am really excited for you. I know that at the end of the day, the truth is this, okay? The longer that you delay fixing the real issue, what's actually at the root, the more it's going to cost you in energy, in clarity, and in the quality of life that you've worked so hard to create. So really get excited for this call. It's going to be a transformational one, and we'll build from there. Thank you so much, and we'll talk soon. Bye.